Hey there, students. I hope you're having a good morning. Remember, the number one objective of this morning is to make sure we are respecting the sub at all times. All right, we're going to review multiplying fractions before you have a four-leveled quiz. So we're going to do it really quickly. Let's try 7. Whoa, Nelly. Let's start that one over. Sorry, students. 7/10. As you can see, I am using a version of the smartboard on my computer at home. And let's multiply it by, let's go, I don't know, 3/4. That ought to work. So the first thing you want to check is if you can do the butterfly method, where you check the diagonal. So I would check the 7 with the 4, and you want to ask yourself, is there anything that 4 and 7 can both be divided by? The answer is no, so we're going to leave them. 3 and 10, likewise, the answer is no, so we're going to leave them. So then you just multiply straight across, numerator by numerator, denominator by denominator. And 7 times 3 is 21. And of course, one thing I forgot to mention, you should have your headphones in when you are listening to this video, and you should be doing all of these questions on a whiteboard. Make sure we're following along. And then 10 times 4 is 40. And that one is as low as she goes, so we're going to leave it as is. Let's try another one. Let's go with an improper this time. Let's go 5/2 times, and I'm going to use the dot this time, times, let's say, I want to go 13 15ths. Sure, why not? All right, so I'm going to check the butterfly method, and this time, the 2 and the 13, nope, can't reduce those, but the 5 and the 15 can be reduced. I'm going to divide them by 5 each. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 15 divided by 5 is 3. And at this juncture, it's just straight multiplication right across. 1 times 13, that's 13. 2 times 3 is 6. So now we have an improper fraction. However, I want a mixed number. So a fraction is just like a division problem. 13 divided by 6. 6 goes into 13 2 times. So I'm going to put a big 2. There it is. The denominator always stays the same. So my denominator will be 6. And then 2 times 6 is, well, of course, it's 12. And 13 minus 12 is 1. 2 and 1/6 would be my answer. Now let's go 2 impropers multiplied by each other. Let's go 3/2 times, let's go 17/7. So likewise, I'm looking at the butterfly method. 2 and 17 can't reduce them. 3 and 7 can't reduce them. So we're just going to multiply straight across. So let's start with the easy one. 2 times 7 is, it's 14. Make sure you're following along on your whiteboards, even if you think you're the greatest of all time. 3 times 17, well, let's count by 17. And you know it. I'm going to put 3 fingers in the air when I do this. 17, 34, 51. And now we are left with that improper fraction again. A fraction is just like a division problem. Let's see how many times 14 goes into 51 evenly. I'm going to count by 14s. 14, 28, 42. That's a big 3. And I'm going to put my fraction bar up. What's my denominator going to be? 14. Why? Because the denominator always stays the same. 3 times 14, I said that was 42. Then you subtract from the original numerator. 51 minus 42 is 9. And that is in simplest form. Let's do a word problem. So please listen along carefully and write down the information you believe you will need to solve. All right, let's say I have, let's say there are 32,000 people living in a particular city. You can name the city anything you want. And let's say 1/4 of those residents were born outside of the state. My question to you is this, students. If 1/4 of the residents of this city of 32,000 were born outside of the state, how many of them were born outside of the state? So as you recall, of means multiply in math. So I'm going to set this one up. 1/4 times, oh, come on now, get that 4 on there. Let's go now. What's going on here? What's going on here? Let's try with the red. Oh, please. What's going on, Smartboard app? Well, we have, oh, there we go. What's this? Oh, yeah. Goodness sakes. Goodness sakes. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm going to have to erase this. Oh, goodness. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, my. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. All right, 1/4 times, and it's 32,000. And that is going to go as my numerator. And as you should recall, oh, come on now, get that count. As you should recall, anytime you have a whole number, to make it into a fraction, you just put a 1 as the denominator. All right, now we're all set. I am going to do the butterfly method this time with the 4 and the 32,000. And I can divide them by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 32 divided by 4 is 8. And then I'm just going to add the zeros. And that becomes 8,000. And now at this point, it should be pretty easy. 1 times 8,000 is 8,000. You will see some word questions in level 3. And 1 times 1 is 1. 8,000 divided by 1 is 8,000 residents would be my answer. So once again, students, let's backtrack just a little bit. When they are just straight fractions, you just multiply straight across. Check the butterfly method, though. And if you get an improper fraction, reduce it to a mixed number by dividing. You check the denominator. How many times does that go into the numerator? You put that as your whole number. Denominator always stays the same. And then you multiply them. 2 times 6 was 12. 13 minus 12 is 1. Same thing here. 3 times 17, 51. 2 times 7, 14. 14 went in there 3 times, big 3. Denominator stays the same. 3 times 14 was 42. 51 minus 42 was 9. And then here's a word problem. Watch this video as many times as you need to solve. Hopefully you're having a good day. I will see you at about 12.